Meghan and Harry biography revelations will not help as Harry and Charles try to make amends. Meghan Markle landed herself in hot water with Omid Scobie's previous biography after falsely claiming she did not collaborate on the book. A new royal biography looking into the royal family is set to create shockwaves, with new revelations on Harry and Meghan's time since departing royal duties, and more. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any updates about the British royal family. The book, titled Endgame, Inside the Royal Family and the Monarchy's Fight for Survival, promises to shed new light on the future of British royalty, following the death of Queen Elizabeth II last year. GV News Royal Correspondent Cameron Walker joined presenters Tom Harwood and Emily Carver on Good Afternoon Britain, to discuss Scobie's latest instalment. Cameron began, Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, and indeed a spokesperson for Harry and Meghan, are not commenting on this book. But I think with all these royal biographies, you have to take them with a bit of a pinch of salt. There's several royal biographies that have been released over the last few years. All seem to favour a particular side, either Team Royal Family or Team Harry and Meghan, and there's clearly been hurt on both sides. But we're in the run-up to Christmas now and we're seeing article after article. Will Harry and Meghan attend Sandringham for Christmas, for example? The Sunday Times last week was saying that they would be happy to receive an invite from King Charles for a Sandringham Christmas. Unlikely, I would say, because William and Harry have not spoken for a number of years now. But books like this do not help the situation if King Charles or Prince Harry are trying to make amends and try and extend olive branches to one another to make up. Tom came in, saying, it's not Scobie's first book. His first book with regard to this subject was of course a look into Harry and Meghan themselves, and there was so much speculation that he was sort of working with them, being briefed by them, acting almost as their mouthpiece in the media. Is that potentially how we should see this book too? Well, if you remember back to Finding Freedom when it was published, Meghan was suing the publishers of the Mail at the time over the publication of a private letter she had written to her father. Now she insisted that she did not collaborate on Finding Freedom. That's Omid Scobie's first book, but later she apologized to the courts for forgetting that she briefed an aide, which was her communications secretary at the time, Jason Knauf, to brief Omid Scobie and his co-author on this book. So if you take that as kind of what could happen, then I think we can safely assume that Omid has incredibly good sources for this book. However, of course they're going to be sources which are perhaps pro-Harry and Meghan. However, he's definitely spoken to people on both sides because we have some other claims in this as well, including that it was actually Princess Anne, the King's sister, who persuaded King Charles to kick Harry out of Frogmore Cottage following the publication of Spare. So there's clearly a lot of allegations here, but none of which are being confirmed or denied by Buckingham Palace or Kensington Palace. Emily began to wrap up, saying, it's a bit of a grubby world, this royal biographer trade industry, isn't it? Tom agreed, to have to pretend you're not talking to people you may or may not be talking to. I find it fascinating how forgetful some of these pretty intelligent and switched on people become as soon as they step into a courtroom.